Today we're going to talk about my content analysis strategy for my business. It's nothing too crazy, nothing special, but it works. It allows me to see where I'm putting in my time that does give me a good return and where I'm putting in time where it's like probably not the best usage of making this kind of content. I do get all of my customers inbound, so from content and word of mouth, and I think that our content plays a pretty big role in generating customers. Start by talking about leverage, right? So Alex Hormozi defines leverage as the difference between what you put in and what you get out, right? So that's why it's important to analyze what you're putting in. That's what I kind of do content-wise. Like I said earlier, like what's working, what's actually generating a return on my time. So what I did was pretty much I used Instagram Insights, Meta Business Suite, stuff like that, and TikTok and YouTube, and just went through all my different channels that I'm posting content on, right? And I looked at what was top performing for, engagement, shares, views, etc. Not rocket science, right? Kind of just seeing what is getting the most traction. And then what I would do is I would break it down and what can I learn from this and why is it getting views, right? So, for example, one video, our most viral video, like 37,000 views or something like that, and it's continuing to rise. And I posted it like a little bit over a month ago, and it's still getting traction, right? So the main takeaways I had from this video was there were 3 different hooks, right? So there was a hook in the video itself where someone said something, a hook above the screen where it's just like text above the actual video, and then the caption was a hook too. So that's 3 hooks, right? And not to reference Hormozi again, but he talks about hook, retain, reward, and how that kind of applies to everything throughout advertising, content, etc. Like you have to hook someone, you have to get their attention, then you have to retain their attention so they watch the rest of the video, and then reward them in some kind of way, whether that's like a call to action, they get something funny happens, etc. Right? So our hook, retain, reward in that was such a great, it was just perfect because it was a super fast video. It was 5 seconds, right? So you get hooked really quickly and then rewarded really quickly. It's like just a quick, funny snippet. And since also, another thing I learned from this was since it's 5 seconds, people are watching it over and over, just running up the views. They're like in the comments, tagging their friends, and it's just like generating more traction. So that's huge. So in all honesty, it pretty much just breaks down to the hook, retain, reward, because all of our best content is due to a good hook. Like the first thing that someone sees in that content piece is entertaining. And that's what I noticed on TikTok a lot too, is TikTok, it's probably stupid to analyze TikTok now just because they're about to get rid of it. But there will be another platform that's similar to TikTok, and it's kind of just short form content in general, but the caption is big and just literally like the first like 2 seconds of the video, because people's attention spans are so short now that long form content, like really, I honestly just have to save it for YouTube. So yeah, I pretty much find what's top performing, look at why it's top performing, and I started to put together patterns of like, okay, like these are the same reasons that they're top performing. And most of it just has to do with that hook, retain, reward. So it's no kind of crazy sauce I'm dropping you. Honestly, just go get the $100 million leads book. So yeah, another thing I learned from that one video was the comment section. So important. I have comments on that video that have like hundreds of likes. Like it's like a very engaged comment section, lots of shares, lots of comments, and it was just one random night. I was scrolling on my phone, up too late, whatever, and I was on Instagram, and this video was like still getting a couple likes. I was like, whatever. And I was just going through the comments, right? And then I'm like, why have I not been responding to these comments? Like, so I go through, respond to every comment, like week-old comments. So just, engage with the audience, right? The next day, I just start getting likes rolling through again. It's like I just posted the video again, pretty much. It's just, it ramps up the algorithm a whole nother level just from taking 3 minutes out of my day to go down through the comments, respond to all of them. Like, that's probably the biggest thing I learned from that, because I understood hook, retain, reward before, but that's just like an algorithmic thing that I had no clue about. I just was like, shit, like I'll try it. That's obviously something you should do while you're getting the comments, but I just didn't. I was just liking the comments. So I'm like, I should go answer these people. That's what I did. I just responded with, even if it was just as simple as an emoji, just went there, responded to the comments, boost the algorithm like crazy. So another thing that I've been doing on Instagram, the collaboration feature, dude, especially if you're a small business, find people that are in your industry and collaborate with them. Like, you just, it's the greatest thing ever because you get access to a whole other audience, a completely different audience that you wouldn't have seen before. And I've noticed that, I mean, it makes sense, but like a lot of my highest engagement, best reach posts are from collaborating with another creator in my space, another creator or business. Like, why would you not want to do that? That's probably the best feature Instagram has added in a long time because you can just get access to. It's kind of an old feature, to be honest, but I just started using it not too long ago. So definitely collaborate with people if you can. That's another takeaway, I guess. And the other thing that Hormozi talks about in his book, this is like $100 million leads, just a shameless plug. So $100 leads, how to make a good headline, right? There's different components, right? Studied by the news, like what works in news headlines. So it's recency, how long ago did something happen? Relevancy, like is this relevant to the person watching it? Conflict, so there's some kind of conflict. One thing I've noticed, conflict in my business works really well. I run a hockey media business, so just posting a clip where it's like a huge hit or something like that, and it's like, was this clean or dirty? Gets a ton of comments. Shock factor, like, is something just so ridiculous that people are gonna be hooked. There's other ones too, but just like finding stuff that's interesting and putting it at the beginning of the video. Like, I guarantee you, if you have good hooks, it's gonna work very well. And this is just, like I said, this is just from my experience. I'm not telling you how to make your content because I'm no content pro, but this is what I'm learning, going back through and analyzing my content and what I'm kind of taking away from it. Another thing I've noticed is like the time and date of when you're posting. It's not nearly as relevant as like if the post's good. Like, the algorithm, people overhype the algorithm so much. Just post good stuff. Post good stuff. It'll get shares, it'll get comments, it'll get likes. Like, if I get lazy and post bad stuff, it doesn't do good no matter if I, make sure it's posted at this exact time, these exact hashtags. You don't got to worry about that as much as people make it out to be. So, yeah, I think I pretty much nailed everything that I wanted to talk about of how I go back over my content. I actually just found out today that I can literally copy and paste my Meta Business Suite analytics. Like, if I export them, I can put them in ChatGPT and it'll give me a breakdown of my Meta insights. So I found that out today after I already did my content analysis, but do that too. Because, like, you use AI to your advantage and stuff like this, especially if you don't have a team, like if you're a small business like myself, and you don't have people who can go over that kind of data, and sometimes you can miss some stuff, obviously, if you're just looking through it yourself. Use AI. Like, I literally just copied and pasted it and it told me pretty much what's working. Based on this analysis, it seems that posts related to blank, blank, and blank, especially those featuring blank and blank, perform the best in terms of engagement and reach. Like, it literally just tells me what to do more of, which is awesome. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this video. I gotta head out, but I hope you guys like this. I hope you guys found this interesting. Let me know how you guys analyze your content, or if you even do analyze your content, because if you're not, you should, because that way you know what works and what doesn't work, and, you're just putting more into what works. Double down on what works. So, that's it, guys. See you in the next one. Peace.